Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sari Asakati bin Adli and I'm a final year student from Department of Landscape Architecture kat IIUM. My supervisor is Dr. Mazina Mansur and Dr. Jasa Sikin. Today I'm going to present my design thesis project and the topic is Taman Gelam Wetland, restoring the natural environment to promote nature education. So my chosen site is located at Kampung Rubatil, Kuala Abang, Lungun, Terengganu. And currently, the site is just a piece of undeveloped land that covers about 40 acres of land. The proposed project is about restoring the natural environment in order to raise awareness and educate the public about the importance of the landscape space and natural environment and how it affects our lives. The existing site has the potential to be developed as a nature park that focuses on promoting the nature education because it consists of unique ecosystems such as peat-swamp forest and heath forest. Moreover, the location of the site is very strategic, in which it is located near the coastline area. However, the site is considered as a wasteland due to its susceptibility to forest fire, which can lead to degradation of the local ecosystem. Therefore, efforts must be taken in order to restore this site area. So the aim of this project is to restore the ecological environment while at the same time encouraging the nature education to the public to safeguard the forest and water resource for viable economies. There are three objectives. First one is to enhance existing ecosystem to absorb additional carbon dioxide emissions while preserving the local species. Second, to design an ecological friendly landscape that allow human experiencing and learning more about nature. And the third one is to preserve the values of heath forest ecosystem while make it accessible for the visitors. As for the literature review, I study about the Malaysian rainforest ecosystem in order to identify the location and characteristic of two unique ecosystem in my site, which are peat-swamp forest and heath forest. So here are some information and storyline about how peatland can be susceptible to forest fire and the ecological perspective of heath forest. There are many characteristics of heath forest. Among them are amphibious, sterile, phytotechnology agent, protagonist, and archipelago. Moreover, in Islamic perspective, the reason there is a need to restore, protect, and take care of the environment is we as the Khalifah, we need to bind a good relationship with God, fellow human beings, and also with the nature. Next, there are a few keywords that can be highlighted in this project. Among them are wetland, peatland, nature education, ecotourism, and restoration. So based on these keywords, I made three precedent studies. The first one is Tuong National Park, and this park contains extensive wetland Melaleuca forest in the Mekong Delta of Vietnam. The second one is Paya Indah Wetlands that located at Selangor, and the last one is Kyo Yuan Park, Tianjin, China. And this is a park of 22 hectare in the northern coastal city of Tianjin, China. Next, for the site inventory analysis, overall there are three attributes, which are physical attribute, environmental attributes, and ecological attributes. So we moving on straight to the site analysis and synthesis. So basically there are five aspects that could be highlighted. The first one is ecological land use. So for the potential, the unique existence of the heath forest ecosystem have a good potential to be gazetted as edu nature based park. However, there's a need to consider the climate condition. The design should be adapt with the site condition. Therefore, there's a need to implement and follow the principle of ecological design for this project. Next is natural ecosystem. There are two valuable ecosystems in this site. Thus, it requires minimum human intervention. at the sensitive of this site in order to preserve the existing ecosystem. The natural and ecological characteristic of these two ecosystems need to be conserved and well maintained, and also make it accessible for the visitor in order to encourage appreciation towards nature. Next is culture and economy. This project can give positive impact to the local people economically and culturally. And the fourth one is roads and accessibility. The site has a strategic location as it is located nearby the coastal area and it is in line with the tourism road. One of the things that need to be considered is the traffic road. Thus, there's a need to increase the accessibility, legibility, and enhance the site visibility to create sense of welcoming, and also the site needs to have parking area for the visitor. The last one is rural rebound. By designing a natural and sustainable landscape at the site area, it can encourage the process of rural rebound, in which it can be one of the factors for the local people to open more settlement within the site context of the proposed site. Next, we proceed to the design process. The aim of this design stage is to design a wetland park that could encourage humans to be eco-literate through outdoor learning environment and recreation. So to achieve this aim, there are three objectives. The first one is to make humans notice the wonder of nature, that is enhancing the visibility of the nature. Second, to design safe and accessible places for people to play, explore and develop an appreciation toward the environment. And last one is to implement therapeutic design elements to stimulate human sense that can relate with the environment. The design concept for this project is biomimicry, which is a design that is inspired by nature to improve the functionality and sustainability of humanity's creation. As for the space programming, basically the site is divided into four main zones. First one is wetland zone. It consists of artificial archipelago and nature reserve. Next, for recreational zone, there is view corridor, children's play area, archipelago park and outdoor gallery. For educational zone, there is preserve area, which is heat forest area. Next, there's Peak Swamp Trail, outdoor library, and sensory garden. And last one for entrance zone, there is Gelam Trail, Vista Avenue, Grandway, green parking, and entry plaza and nature reserve. And each of these zone has their own design strategies. The design strategy for the wetland zone is wetland recovery, and the purpose of this strategy is to restore the wetland area to be an eco-tourism product. So what can be done to recover the wetland is apply biomimicry method to create floating wetland ecosystem, and also establish a natural buffer area 30 meter to 50 meter to separate wetland area and residential area. Next, for recreational zone, the strategy is outdoor recreation, and it is to create a place for recreation and relaxation to the people, and also provide viewing area for the visitor to enjoy the scenic beauty of the place. The third one is nature education. For the educational zone, the strategy is nature education. The idea is to design a place for outdoor learning environment that integrate with nature. And lastly, the design strategy for the entrance zone is site visibility and connectivity. The circulation of the site can be improved and the site's entrance can be enhanced by providing design elements that can accentuate the site. Next, here are some design idea and inspiration that can I adopt and adapt into my proposed design. First one is outdoor learning environment. viewing lanes, shady areas, and accessibility. And here are the functional diagram of wetland recovery, nature education, and outdoor recreation, as well as site visibility and connectivity. And this is the conceptual diagram, a composite map of these four main zones. As for the schematic diagram, the scale that I use is 1 to 2000, and basically there are about 14 spaces that I point out in this diagram. One of them is artificial archipelago. This area is located at the wetland zone. One of the characteristics of heat forest ecosystem is archipelago. However, currently there is no island or archipelago that can be seen in this site area. Therefore, here come the proposed design concept for this project, which is biomimicry. And the purpose of this concept is to restore the degraded ecosystem by imitating and bring back the one of its characteristic, that is archipelago. Moreover, there is also another area that I implement the biomimicry concept, which is archipelago park. But the difference is for artificial archipelago, it cannot be accessed, but archipelago park is a group of island provided with rest facilities for the user to access and experience the natural environment. Next, we proceed to the next board. Here is the master plan for this project, and the scale of the map is 1 to 1000, and there are several area that I point out from the map, and it provided with perspective sketches such as Pit Swamp Trail, Vista Avenue, Outdoor Library, Entry Plaza, and View Corridor. Next, as for planting concept, the concept that I came out is tranquil sanctuary in wild setting. The idea is to implement naturalistic planting design to create a vibrant, sustainable, low maintenance, and biodiverse, combined with a beautiful aesthetic with multiple humans for environmental and social benefits. So basically, there are about 10 sub-concepts of the planting concept, and one of them is adaptable plants, and the example species is Azadirachta indica, Melaleuca cacabuti, Drosera rontenifolia, and Utricolia aurea. Next, these are the section and elevation from the master plan. So there are 2 elevation and 2 section. Moving on to the detail development stage. The aim for this stage same as the master plan aim, and same goes to the objective. So the detail development area for this project is Vista Avenue, and it is a place that focuses on emphasizing the scenic beauty and visual quality of the wetland that can be improved by restoring the existing environment. Currently, this area is just a swamp and it cannot be easily accessed. The new proposed design for this area will become an ecological friendly landscape that allow visitors appreciating and learning more about nature. And here is the space programming for the detailed development area. Next, here is the detailed development plan of Vista Avenue. The scale is 1 to 200. So basically there are 13 spaces in this area. Next is the section and elevation from the detailed development plan. So basically there are 3 elevation and 1 section. For elevation C and D, there is a structure of outdoor library, and in elevation D there are spaces such as wetland outlook and picturesque outlook. These two spaces are provided as viewing area for the visitor to enjoy the scenic beauty of the place. Here are some perspective view of the spaces. For the picturesque overlook, the structure of the design is meant to frame the view of the scenic beauty of the wetland. This landscape design can be considered as borrowed landscape, where it integrates views from afar, borrowing the view of surrounding landscape and integrating it as part of the landscape spaces can enhance the visual enjoyment. Hence, it can give sense of appreciation to visitors towards nature. Next, we continue with the innovative design element. So the innovative design element for this project is outdoor library. As the location of the site is nearby the coastal area, the design concept of outdoor library is also using a biomimicry concept, which is inspired by nature to imitate the form of seashell, and it become a shelter and bookshelf. The structure is made of timber, and the purpose of the design is aligned with the aim of this project, that is encourage people to be eco-literate. So the function of the outdoor library is to encourage rest, promote wisdom, and provide shelter. So the interlocking between vertical and horizontal plane of the structure make it more stable. The material for structure's cover is made of thinly coated polyester, which is also the same material that used for tensile structure, and it provides protection from the sun and rain. So outdoor library structure consists of 55 total of vertical serial plane with 4 different types of size and 7 horizontal plane radiated from the center point of the circle. So here are some of the perspective of outdoor library area, and this is a stunning bird eye view of outdoor library, and it facing to the picturesque view of the wetland. And below is as you can see, there is a Tababia rosea that is planted at the center of the outdoor library structure, and it acts as a specimen plant which is focus of interest in a garden. And right here is the view from above of the outdoor library, and there is also a space for reading and study area. And the last last perspective is the interior spaces of outdoor library. Next, this is a soft scale plan, and the scale is 1 to 400. So basically there are 8 planting concept, but it still follow the main concept of the planting, which is tranquil sanctuary in wild setting. So among the species are Azadirecta indica, Filterforum terracarpum, Zingium metifolium, and many more type of line. Here is the hardscape plan. The scale also 1 to 400. And here are the hardscape palette. With that, that's all from me. Stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy. Thank you.